Welcome, friends and beautiful star seeds, to Series 2, to Part 2 of the Galactic Lineage, Galactic Heritage reading and activation. So this is about activating and connecting with your galactic cosmic family, and also it's all about soul growth. But it can also bleed into or link into past lives and past connections. So some of you already know how this goes. This is a pick 3 sort of setup. So we have right here the lava rock, pile 1, and then pile 2, the rose quartz, and pile 3, the blue sodalite. So take a deep breath or two, listen to your intuition, let yourself be guided to the pile for you, or if you are guided to more than one pile, multiple piles, that is fine. There is most certainly a message there for you. So without further ado, let's get to it. Hey, pile 1, you selected the lava stone here. So let's jump right in. The galactic energy, the cosmic connection coming through for you is that of Lyra. Coming from Lyra, and some of you watching know that I myself identify strongly with Lyra and Lyrans. This was a huge part of my soul awakening and connecting to my galactic heritage. So beautiful. I love seeing this for you guys. And I'm familiar with it, like I said. So, you know, with this Lyra card and it showing up in the past, this is definitely directing you to a past life in Lyra, or a past connection that you had to Lyra, past memory that is strongly associated with Lyra, you know, and it can all be intermingled and connected, of course. With it being pioneering spirit too, for some of you, I just dropped the card, hang on one second. For some of you watching, this pioneering spirit message coming through with this Lyra card is speaking of, for some of you, it's connecting more to that pioneering spirit, that ambition, that drive, you know, embracing that curiosity, especially when it comes to the cosmos and past lives and exploring the depths of this connection, of these memories. So embracing that energy and that drive of the pioneering spirit. Now, on the other hand, for some of you watching here, this is talking about healing and truly mending some of those wounds and traumas that came from a past life in Lyra, where it was too much focus on this pioneering spirit. It was too much of that masculine sort of energy and drive where you went into overdrive is what I'm getting. So, you know, for some of you, the other half of you, perhaps this is more about healing that pioneering spirit and rebalancing that overdrive. So how can you further activate this if you're new to activating this cosmic connection, or if you're just looking to deepen your cosmic connection here to Lyra, which has shown up? Then the guidance here lies within the Four of Cups. And give me 1 second as I just look at it and tune into the vibrations. So for a lot of you, this is talking about meditation and sleep. So connecting more and activating this connection to Lyra more through dreams, through sleep, and through those meditative states. So, you know, really getting in touch with your subconscious. And that is some of the most powerful ways for you to get in touch with that subconscious through the dreaming and through meditation. And then there's also this guidance with the Four of Cups to not ignore the hunches you're getting. Don't ignore the signs and signals that are being sent your way. And that includes with this reading. But I'm getting a strong sense that there's been some other signals and signs that have come to you watching, especially you starseeds. And it's asking you to listen, to pay attention to that. Okay, it's already there. These Lyrans, or these past memories with Lyra, are already knocking on your door, so to speak. And there is something too here about, connecting more outdoors and with nature, of course. How this can also further support your activation or deepening your connection. And that can also mean simply getting an indoor house plant as well. Beautiful. Okay, so then the further guidance and comments for you is showing up here with the Two of Wands reversed. So the first message comment that is coming through with this is trust the process, trust yourself, trust these signs and signals. And it is less about going out there, it's less about exploring out there. It's less about exploring the external. It's less about traveling far away to get, profound insight and messages. Right now, it is more about turning inward, okay? That is definitely being reflected with this being in reverse. You can find more expansion and more knowledge that you maybe normally would get from external events and traveling far and wide, but you can get more of that within right now. So trust that. There's something here about trusting the portal activation that you have set up for yourself. Trusting the portal activation. So that's interesting. And something just about letting synchronicity speak to you. Letting synchronicity speak to you. So I'm also giving you a Dragon Oracle message. And with your Dragon Oracle message here, we have Dragon's Delight. Your laughter is music to we dragons. We wish for you the uplifting energy of laughter, making you so light you too can fly high with us. That's beautiful. So, it's just this other sort of message and clarity here from the Dragon Oracle that laughter is another key for you with activating this energy, deepening this energy and connection with Lyra and your cosmic past self memories. Tap into that energy of laughter, what brings you laughter. Stirring that joy and allowing yourself to not be so serious. Don't take this too serious. Allow yourself to find that joy and lightness, laughter in this process with yourself in general right now in your life. And that is somehow going to reveal itself to you, more of this Lyra connection, and more of these past memories. They'll be able to surface and come through better, more clear. Boom. I think I'm going to leave it at that for you, pile 1. So, all the very best. I will see you in the next video. Hello, pile 2. You selected the rose quartz. Bam. So, let's dive in. The cosmic energy, the galactic energy coming through for you in your reading is the Zeta Reticuli, showing up in the past. So what this tells me with the Zeta Reticuli, and for those of you who don't know much about this system or this energy, definitely research it, look into it after the messages in this video, okay? Get yourself familiar if this is the first time you are activating and connecting to this. But for a lot of you, since this Zeta Reticuli energy is showing up in the past, it is speaking of a past life in the Zeta Reticuli system, past memories, or past connection with a Zeta Reticuli being, okay? So, powerful. And we have here the message being rejecting emotion, which I find fascinating because one of the tarot cards that came out for you was the Queen of Swords, which I'll get more into in just a second. But yeah, rejecting emotion. There is 2 different sides to this for those of you watching. So for some of you, this is talking about you needing to detach from the emotion of situations and being overly emotional, with people, with relationships. Okay, so this is encouraging some of you watching to detach, to set some healthy boundaries in place to where you are not overly sensitive, okay? That you're not overly feeling. Okay, you just want to set some of those healthy boundaries in place because that oversensitivity, that overstimuli is just not the most healthy thing for you right now, and it's distracting for you, is what I'm getting, okay? Now, the other set of you watching, rejecting emotion, this is talking about in the past, especially within the Zeta Reticuli system, perhaps you were too blank, perhaps you were too emotionally bland and you severed your emotional connection, which was damaging, which was harmful to your overall insight, and you lost that emotional connection. Maybe in this lifetime you feel that it's difficult to connect to your emotions, your intuition, and so now it's about sort of regaining that balance, okay, and exploring perhaps why, especially in that past life or with that past connection, why this happened, and that giving you some insight with your life now. Okay, so some things to think about already, but let's move on. So the Queen of Swords here, this represents how you can, if those of you watching are new to activating this energy, this is how you can really activate this energy and connect with it for the first time. And then for those of you who are familiar already, this is just deepening, how you can deepen this connection, okay, and explore further into your past roots, okay? So this is talking about, because the Zeta Reticuli energy is very formulated, it's very practical in a lot of ways, it's very clear and concise, and there is more of a detachment from emotions and feeling, you'll want to step into this Queen of Swords energy, right? Like I kind of already touched on with some of you, where you want to embrace more of the clear and concise energy. You want to make space for more facts, okay? And this can mean, you know, altering your mindset to where you yourself are coming across a little bit more sharp, a little bit more edgy, but stepping into that vibration and that energy, especially if you want to connect to the Zeta Reticuli, is going to benefit you, okay? It's going to support you. And this is allowing yourself to, I'm getting some of you, this is inviting you to connect with a older female figure, a feminine energy that is older and wiser. Okay? So there's that. And it could be air sign energy too, I'm getting for some of you. It could be Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra that helps awaken this within you or give you more of that clear, concise knowledge, or helps affirm something within you, or helps you just step into that energy yourself. There's still something else more that wants to be spoken on with this. Give me 1 second. So there's something here with connecting more to your thought processes, how you put together things, you know, how you mentally prepare, your mental habits, something about looking at those and addressing those, making your mental sort of approach to things more simple, making it more simple and concise. So I'm getting that definitely. And just overall connecting more to air energy, you know, think of what air represents, and connecting more to your breath as well. Okay, so let's move on to what is coming through overall with the guidance and just further comments here. We have the Eight of Wands. So the immediate message I'm getting with the Eight of Wands for you is don't be afraid to embrace sudden change, sudden messages, okay? Sudden flashes of insight. Trust that. Trust that information. Trust that sudden and quick information and flashes of insight. Okay? And allow yourself to operate more in that fashion. You may distrust, you know, this quick energy, acting quickly, acting on impulse, and something about changing like your, you know, those habits we talked about, especially your mental sort of habits and where your mind goes to, you know, allowing yourself to suddenly change that and have a transformational experience. Okay, that is what that is speaking on. Don't be so nervous or afraid of that. Trust it. A lot of messages can come through for you, those of you watching here, pile 2. A lot of messages can come through for you now. A lot of confirmation, especially with this Zeta Reticuli energy that is wanting to come through for you, that is wanting to connect with you. Okay, so I got you a dragon oracle as well, and it is dragon fire. Dragon fire is magical. With it, we can reignite the sacred fire that burns within. Let us breathe gently upon this now. Let the healing of the dragon flame within begin. I love that. Gorgeous. And I feel like that Eight of Wands is like really solidifying the message of this too, plus everything else we talked about. Something really powerful about that line, with it we can reignite the sacred fire that burns within you. Okay, so this sacred fire that burns within you, the sacred knowing of this past life or past connection, is so powerful. With it, we can reignite the sacred fire that burns within you. There's definitely a reigniting and reinvigorating being asked of you, and that is happening with a lot of you even now. Okay, pile 2. I didn't do this with pile 1. Not sure if I'm doing it with pile 3, but I want to give you a message of clarity real quick before we completely wrap this up. Whoop. Okay, there we go. Wow, more swords. Okay, so 2 of swords showing up for you. Trust the unknown. Trust the non-physical nudges. Trust the spiritual nudges and messages you're getting. It doesn't always have to be physical or have a physical representation to be real. Okay, so remember that is what the 2 of Swords is really saying for you. And allow yourself, again, this message of separation and detachment is coming through for just many of you strongly. Allow yourself to separate and detach from society, from a lot of your friend groups, even social groups. You know, give yourself that space and detachment in order to really connect with the Zeta Reticuli and your star family. And there's a message too that maybe the next Gemini moon, next time the moon enters Gemini, it could be extra powerful for you. There you have it, pile 2. Ooh, a lot of messages and some specific ones too. Love it. All right, I will see you in the next video. Hey, pile 3, you selected the blue sodalite here. Let's dive in. Your galactic lineage message and cosmic connection showing through is 2, actually. I felt called to draw 2 of these cards for you. So the first one is the Founder's card, and it is parallel timelines, parallel universes. Okay, so this, every time a parallel card comes through, it's always very interesting. Pile 3, Seeker, beautiful soul watching. You are in an interesting place here. I am really seeing this as sort of juggling between 2 different timelines, 2 different universes, you know, 2 different worlds. Whether you consciously realize it or not, some of you may already consciously kind of have a knowing, but some of you, this might be like a feeling, like some odd feelings, you know, that you've had, but you haven't been able to quite make sense of it. And it's because you're living in between spaces, in between realms in a sense, okay? And this could be really reflecting in your dreams, I'm getting, for a lot of you. But it's an interesting dynamic. Okay, now with the founders being reflected here too, to me this is saying for a lot of you, you have a direct and beautiful connection right now to the founders, to source energy. Okay, which is just, it's beyond connecting to your cosmic family, your star family, other ET extraterrestrial beings. This is like connecting directly to source, really. Okay. And not only that, to source beings, very high dimensional beings that were here and involved in the earth insemination process is what I'm getting. And the reason why I say that, and it makes sense now that I felt called to draw 2 cards for you, because your other card that came through was Earth, and this is showing up in the present. It's interesting because pile 1 and pile 2, their cards were all past related, so it's interesting to kind of see this energy. But this is, very much for a lot of you, it's talking about connecting to source and this parallel sort of reality, or this other self of you that is mirroring, the dimension you're in right now. It's just kind of hard to explain, but I know a lot of you are smart enough to get it because, you understand a lot of this intuitive energy already. But let me see how else I can break this down for you and for me. So let's look at the message real quick that is coming through with these: beyond wisdom and conservative attachments. Now this theme of conservative attachments and allowing yourself to detach from social groups and relationships and environments, distractions that aren't good for you, this showed up in pile 2 as well. So there's a similar theme, and some of you might want to watch that as well. But essentially, it's that message, and I'm sure some of you have already felt this, your soul asking you to step aside, to give yourself complete alone time, just separation from the chaos and some of your social circles and everything that is just, it's not going to necessarily benefit you the most right now if you're wanting to connect to this energy here. Okay. Now, I am getting this message, although it may not necessarily have the energy that is coming through for you, like I said, is more source, more light energy, and less like extraterrestrial or higher being energy, so to speak. But I am getting like this notion that the founders, this energy sort of started in Sirius. Okay, I am getting that for you. So there could be something worth exploring with Sirius energy as well, and how Sirius energy is linked to the founder energy and to source energy, and this parallel line that you're walking right now. Okay, so ultimately I'm getting for you guys, there's a lot to touch on and explore here, but how you are maybe traversing the spiritual, the physical and the non-physical. Okay, physical and non-physical, see, making those connections. All right, and definitely connecting with earth energy and being really selective about who and what you give your energy to right now, for sure. That message is clear. Okay, so let's go ahead and move forward with the tarot messages. I mean, for those of you who are new to activating this energy, you know, Six of Swords in reverse here is giving you the message how to activate this. For those of you who are already aware of this energy and connection, this is going to show you how to deepen it. Okay, Six of Swords. It lies within this here, this card. Six of Swords reversed. What are we getting from this? You know, with both of the tarot cards that showed up for you and the message, especially with the Earth card, it's kind of leading to the same general point of detachment and separation. Okay, how detachment and separation and alone time can benefit you and allow you to make these galactic connections right now. Like, I'm getting a lot of you here watching have this other life or connection somehow close tie to another reality or world. You know, perhaps it's just like, I don't want to say some of you, your souls are split, but I mean, that's almost like the feeling that I get. Or that you just chose a really interesting soul path where you do have these two different lives, and sometimes they collide, right? Sometimes they are at a point where they can meet, especially when the veils are thin for you. So, just such interesting energy for you. But let's look deeper into the Six of Swords, okay? Traveling and exploring within will do you more credit than traveling and exploring without. However, for you, I am getting that, you know, external travel can be helpful. It can encourage the inner sort of travel and exploration. There is a message too with the Six of Swords of you're being guided to explore new information, like with this subject. You're being guided to explore differently than you have in the past, to set your course, to set sail differently than you have in the past. And that is very key for you here. You can't just go about it and explore or travel inwardly or even physically in the same way, because it's not going to take you to this energy as quickly and efficiently, and it's not going to give you this sort of connection. Okay, so it is key to travel and explore, especially inwardly, differently, a different approach. Six of Swords reversed. And this can also mean, I'm getting for some of you, that means healing. And this healing means stepping away from energies or people that are toxic for you, right? And so that can leave you feeling a little bit drained, a little bit like your life has just been upheaved, like there's an upheaval, if that makes sense. But it is necessary in order to better make this cosmic connection and this parallel universe dimensional connection. And there's a message here. So with the Two of Swords, the further guidance, the further comment for you, and from the founders. here for you is, again, that of separation. Not to completely cut yourself off from everything and everyone, but making sure you give yourself enough internal processing time and meditation time to really connect to this energy that has shown up for you. And to create a safe space for yourself, okay? Creating a safe space for yourself. You might find too more knowledge and knowing than you expected to receive, involving the earth and key components to the earth and maybe Atlantean age, which the founders were very involved with that time period of humanity. Anyway, I guess, yeah, that just wanted to come through for you. So lastly, your Dragon Oracle message, Dragon Initiation. We dragons often evolve, moving through the gateways of life. Gateways. And now we come to help ease you through the door into the next epoch of your life. We will cheer you through. That's beautiful. That makes so much sense with the energy that showed up for you with the Galactic Heritage deck and the Tarot. Wow. I'm not going to even elaborate on the Dragon Oracle. I think it speaks for itself, really, for a lot of you. The air energy, I will say, is strong for you in this reading. And it was in pile 2, I believe, as well. So yeah, just pay attention to that. You know, maybe that connecting with air, but also Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra energy. There you have it, pile 3. Cheers for now. I'll see you in the next video.